Sure.
Recording in progress.
Hey yo,
Hey, yeah.
had a rough start because I'm doing some using my desktop computer with a fancy new webcam.
Is it a new computer?
It's not I mean, no, not a new computer anymore, but it's still pretty nice, if I might say so.
You may say so.
It's pretty nice.
Oh. What are
But
you
yeah,
drinking there? Coffee?
I'm drinking a fresh batch cold brew
Cold brew.
coffee.
You like the cold brew?
I like to have it if I like all coffee, but I like the cold brew because it's easier, it's faster to make in the morning
Yeah.
rather than having to wait and make a bunch. And also, usually I wake up before Allie, and so I don't want to have a bunch of like grinding, boiling coffee sounds in the morning. So it's pretty
You don't
good.
you don't want to hear you don't want her to hear your alchemy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Um
pretty good.
Speaking of alchemy,
What are you drinking? Yeah.
I'm drinking a non-alcoholic Heineken, which is somehow the most alcoholic thing I've ever
We
done.
talked about that.
Yeah.
Is like what is the purpose of non-alcoholic beer? Is it to trick your brain into thinking that you're having a nice cold brewski, or is it?
Look, it's not tricking me, but it is. I guess it partly is because it is a nice thing.
Yeah,
It is like I could definitely do it. The thing with this is that it tricks my brain into thinking because I don't really drink beer
right.
or so I'm like, okay, I can just have one of these. I don't think I could do even like a Heineken. I couldn't do two of
Yeah.
those. So it's just like, oh yeah, one and done. Whereas if it was like a seltzer to like trick my brain into like having something at night, I'd be like, I'm gonna pound four of these, you know, because it is water.
Right.
Yeah. But this, I guess it's the ritual of it is the same, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah.
In Korea,
Not that need it obviously, but
in
it
Korea,
is it
we
is a
have
nice thing.
we have these like when I first got to Korea, the beer scene was really bad here, and it's gotten a lot better since. But there's a lot of cheap beers that Koreans are used to, especially having it with their food. But there was one beer that came out, and it was basically beer flavored beer.
Beer
But
flavored beer?
because like the cheap Korean beer is not actual beer. It's
Okay.
like
What is
ethanol.
it?
It's just ethanol. It's the
Oh,
same
okay.
it's the same
It's
stuff as
like
their soju basically.
oh, okay, it's made out of corn.
Yeah. And so they have like this cheap ethanol beer, but the problem with it is
Whoa.
that none of it tasted like beer. So they use that same technology as that not it's like non-alcoholic beer flavored beer, however
Hmm.
you want to process it in your head, but it's like they
Triple alchemy.
yeah, they took that cheap ethanol like Korean version of beer and they added that artificial hoppy flavor that you use in that zero alcohol Heineken, and then they
Mm.
called it beer, hoppy flavor,
Right.
like beer flavored beer. And
That's weird.
I was drinking it for a while. I was like, yeah, it does taste like beer. And then I was like, I'm just gonna have real beer though. Like that's
Yeah.
better.
What I like about this one is that there's 69 calories.
Hey,
Nice.
that's
I quite
intentional,
like that.
right?
It has to be.
They could have easily added one more or taken one less.
Or made it, yeah, they could have made it 10 less. They
And
could have
less.
made it 50 calories, you
Right.
know? Yeah,
They're like, we can push it.
we can push it. Let's push it to 69, brothers.
So how
Um,
long you been what made you go to that switch then?
it's only when I have, um, like when I have to march in the heat. So like
In uniform,
tomorrow,
you have a couple of those hidden in your uniform or something?
yeah,
Pounding down a few non-alcoholic
during during a
heinies.
funeral, during a funeral, right during the sermon, And I just, oh yeah, baby.
Is that is that soldier belligerent right now, drinking on the job? It's non-alcoholic Heine, baby.
It's basically water, but it does have 69 calories. And someone in the far distance goes, nice.
Stupid.
No, it's when I have like a like a hot marching ceremony the next day, and I don't
Yeah.
mean hot like you know, hey, looking good there, Marine. No, we're talking about it's like it's gonna be like 96 tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
and so just the alcohol, it's just not good. You shouldn't be doing that, you know. So this is just I don't know a way that I can have like a adult. You still have to be 21 to drink this thing, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it says 21 or older in the USA on the can
Does
here.
that mean there
Maybe
must
because it
be
has 69 calories.
Oh. Does that mean there
Yeah.
must be a little bit of alcohol in it?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a little bit. It's
Is
like
it like
point
0.01 or something?
I think it's 0.03 or 0.003 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like very, very little. Like there's challenges on YouTube of people trying to get drunk off of these things.
Oh my gosh.
But you'd have to drink like 20 of them to
Right.
get a buzz, I think. I would think. I couldn't drink I couldn't drink two or three of these. It would be too
Absolutely.
much. Yeah. Cuz at that point my brain is going, "What are you doing? What are you doing, idiot?" Um yeah, but I have a lot of I marched a speaking of funerals, I marched a funeral Monday that was probably the longest outdoor ceremony, funeral, whatever I've had to do. It was like 2 hours long outside in 90-degree heat.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, it was kind of a, I mean, it sounds silly. I mean, obviously, funerals are not, they're big deals. Whether you're, you know, um, low ranking enlisted or your former commandant, which we happen to be doing. So it was
Dang.
a high profile funeral, and I really wanted to play taps for this job,
Okay.
but I didn't ask. I didn't ask to like be put on it or anything like that. I was just like, okay, just if I get the shot to do it, then it'll be, if I'm meant to have the opportunity to do it, it'll come. Sure enough, I got picked to do it.
Cool.
So I was like, sweet. And and I and it was really, like I said, really, really hot. And, you know, people were struggling out there. I was struggling. It was hot. And, you have to like go somewhere else
Mm-hmm.
mentally. Even though it is a funeral, I don't want to make it sound like I'm not doing my job well, but you have to like it's when there's like
It's a performance
down
still.
yeah, still you're in a ceremony. And so like there's definitely moments where you're not well, first of all, the ceremony is not about me at all, right?
Right.
Even when playing taps, but it's like you have to like when it's that hot and when it's that difficult to just stand there in a wool coat, in direct sunlight, you have to like go somewhere else, you know. And so like during that time, I was just like playing through taps in my head, just like over and over and over again,
Getting the fingerings
and then
down.
yeah, making sure I wasn't make sure I was using false fingers that I wanted to, intonation, all that,
Oh God.
and trumpet nerd joke. But yeah, then when I played it well, and the heat too, which added like a degree of difficulty, which I felt good about. But it was like a cool, like maybe not. I mean, definitely right in the moment when I did it, I was like, yes. But I was also like, don't pass out. So you still have to get through like 30 minutes of this funeral, 40
Yeah.
minutes of this funeral. Don't pass out. But it was like later that day, maybe that's why I didn't feel like today I feel a little beat up, but like, or yeah, but yesterday and then like even like later on Monday, I still felt like I was like kind of cruising on a little bit of a like high because it felt really good. It's been a while since I've like really nailed something at work, you
Uh-huh.
know. And as small as it sounds, like the funeral is a big deal. Like any funeral I do is like important, but This one being like a former commandant's funeral and it being really, really hot, you know, and there being so many people there.
Can they see
Like it
you?
felt,
Are you like positioned in a high spot where
yeah,
everyone can see you?
yeah. So we were like this area of Arlington's really beautiful. It's like kind of at the bottom of a hill, and there's just and I mean you've been to Arlington. I've had taken you to
Yeah,
Arlington,
you
yeah.
took me there.
Like in the older sections of Arlington, lots of beautiful trees, and like where his was, where General Gray's uh plot was, it's at the bottom of this hill, like I said, and at the top of the hill is the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So it's like
Mm,
it has a view of that, and it's just all these old, old trees in Arlington and stuff. It's really beautiful. So where I was like I'm like kind of on the hill, like halfway up this hill, right?
hmm.
In this clearing area, and in front of me is the family and and the body and the body bearers and all that. To my right is the escort commander and both A company and B company troops, like a full complement of troops. And then on my left is the firing party, the 7 riflemen. And so that's the kind of the stage, and I'm playing directly at the family. So, and they can obviously see me.
Aren't the riflemen firing during taps?
No, they fire 7 or 3 volleys. 7 riflemen fire 3 volleys. That's why they call it
Okay.
21 gun salute. I don't think that's why it's technically called a 21 gun salute. I'm not sure. I think the history behind that's different, but well, first of all, for a general officer funeral, they fire 19 cannons, and then they fire um rifle volleys, and then taps is played, and then that
Yeesh.
concludes sort of the like, and then they fold the flag after that, and then that's the end of it. Anyways, yeah, but this was like the first time in a while I can remember like really, really like really nailing it. Like not doing a just like a good job, not getting through it and doing a good job, but like nailing it and
Heck
feeling like
yeah.
really, really good about it. Yeah. So
Family usually comes up after to say something, right?
no.
Never? Hmm.
Mm-mm. No, we march off and then that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, only the escort commander has any interaction with the family because they will go and shake the family's hand on behalf of the the military personnel doing the ceremony.
Right, right, right.
Anyways,
Nice
that
one,
was
bro.
cool. Yeah. So, anyways,
And
just thought I'd
it
share
was
that.
random that you got chosen, or did they? Were you like,
I don't.
who want? Does anyone want to play taps? And you're just like shaking.
No, I think it was. I mean, I'm pretty good ceremonial player and marcher, and so I mean,
You have a
I hate
record.
to.
You're like 10-0 or
Yeah.
something.
No, I don't think that, but I hate that it is this way, but it just is that I look good in uniform, and so there are gonna be pictures taken, and so if anybody's gonna be, and I just also happen to play taps well, so I think that's probably why. Not the best. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I just yep, I play it good. But I think what is most important,
Image.
unfortunately, is image. Yeah. Now that's fine. Okay, whatever. For me, I wanted to like fucking nail taps, especially because, like I said, it was so hot. It was commandant. I wanted, and it was our new CO, who is a woman, first female CO of Marine Barracks, Washington. By the way, pretty
Oh.
cool. It was her first funeral to
Mm,
march as CO, so I also wanted it to be absolutely perfect for her too.
right.
You know, so it was like all that stuff. I wanted to nail it, and it was like sweet, fuck yeah, got it done.
Nice one.
I don't know, felt pretty good.
That's pretty sweet. So if you see any pictures of Commandant's funeral, you'll see Robert playing taps.
Yeah, you'll see me looking absolutely miserable, trying not to pass out. Yeah, I do look uncomfortable. I can tell you. If you happen to see the picture, which you can hunt for it yourself. Yeah, I look absolute. I'll let you know. I feel and probably look absolutely miserable. I'm just trying not to pass out. Truly.
Nice.
Yeah. But it actually kind of goes into this. Um, after I just absolutely nailed it, and then someone go, "I love that for you."
Someone says that for you? Says that to you?
No, but
Oh,
it makes me think of that.
yeah. It's like a compliment.
I love that for you, but it's
Uh-huh.
like never said in a way. It's like said in a Kardashian way where it's like, "Do you really mean what you're talking about?" You know what I mean? It's like this sort of like,
It seems almost backhanded
yeah.
just
I
because of
hate
the
when,
way it can be implied. It's like, I like that for you.
oh, I love that for you. Oh,
Not,
or when it's like two people, we love that. Oh, we love that for you.
yeah.
Oh, we love that for you. You know,
It's like
that's what it seems like.
it's like someone on a higher pedestal, like saying, "Oh yeah, that's good for you. You're
Yeah,
yeah, that's
we
good for
love that
someone
for you.
like you."
Yeah, that's great. I mean, if I were you, I would be really happy. Yeah. Anyways.
Backhanded compliments are weird.
Yeah, I guess it's said that's said more in the States than in Korea though.
That kind of backhanded compliment stuff.
No, that saying in
That's saying,
particular.
yeah, I
I
don't
love
know.
that for you.
I don't know what it would be in Korean.
Yeah, it's fine. Speaking of I love that for you. One thing I loved growing up was CC's Pizza. What is this about?
Allie was she was trying to think of more desserts and she had this idea for an apple pie pizza and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was on the dessert tray for Cece's. Let me look that up and I did and it's there. That apple pie pizza.
Definitely.
And like it was actually pretty good. And
Yeah,
then
do you remember?
yeah.
Go ahead.
And then she was like, "Yeah, why didn't we ever go to Cece's?" Like Cece's is the place you go where one person brings it up in the group as a kind of like, hey, what if we went to CC's? And then it's up to the other people to accept the challenge.
Yeah.
But the one thing that is guaranteed 100% is after CC's pizza, everyone regrets
Yeah, it's like Fogo de Chao.
it.
It's like you go to when you go to a
Yeah,
Brazilian steakhouse,
CC's pizza is exactly like Fogo de Chao. You're right.
it's a poor man's Fogo de Chao. Definitely. Because it's a
People are
challenge.
like, okay, where do
And
you want to go for dinner tonight? You want to go to Fogo de Chao or CC's Pizza? They're pretty much the same thing.
do you want to go to Fogo de Chao and spend $200 to feel miserable, or do you want to go to CC's Pizza and spend $6 to feel miserable?
Right. That's true when you put
Yeah.
it that way.
That's the way I'm meaning it. It's like on like I
The end
have been
result's the
to like
same.
exactly. I have been to like a couple Brazilian steakhouses and I have to say not my thing cuz I don't like feeling like that afterward. That's like to me one of the worst feelings.
Yeah, well, you're just gonna
It's
burst from the inside.
it's awful. It feels fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it more than anything. It's so uncomfortable to me to
In
feel like that.
in grad school, it reminds me because in grad school we went to Argentina for an orchestra trip,
Uh-huh.
and after a concert, or I think it was after a concert, we all went to this buffet. It was like because Argentina is really popular for their steak is really good, and
Right.
it was a steak buffet, and
Oh
part
my
of the
God.
part of the entrance to it is you buy either a pitcher of beer or a bottle
Uh-huh.
of wine per person.
Oh. Yeah,
And
so you don't eat as much.
yeah, so you don't eat as much. And being like a college student, uh, like being a college student at the time, I'm going to be drinking a lot.
Oh yeah.
And I noticed the people at my table were not drinking as much, but I
Uh-huh.
was thinking in my head, like, I don't want this to go to waste.
Yeah.
And I got like I don't remember the rest of the night. Like I was just pounding. I had maybe one steak,
Yeah.
and then I was
That's
just
good.
yeah,
That's what I would do. I would have one steak and then I would get blackout drunk.
yeah. All I
That's
know
what I
is
would
that my
do.
friends had to put me in a taxi, not knowing if it was gonna go back to the hotel or not, and then they met me back at the hotel. I was there. Somehow I got back. I don't even know,
Nice.
but
Nice.
Also, speaking of Brazilian steakhouse, Ali, one of my first birthdays where we were together, she took me to a Brazilian buffet, and yeah, we ate a ton, and then afterwards we're going out for drinks, of course, but trying to fit alcohol into your body after having that much steak, not a good mix.
No.
And it all came back up, and I remember apologizing to her because I just felt so bad
Oh,
that like all of this meat didn't even go through didn't go through me,
damn.
you know?
That
That felt the
sucks.
worst. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't handle your meat.
Couldn't handle the meat in the liquor.
Are you guys so right now the Olympics are going on, and right now it's just like Queen's Gambit. Everyone all of the fucking sudden is super into sports and America, you
Yeah.
know? And I will say to defend these people, it I agree. It is like one of the only times I feel comfortable like being like like rooting for America, like
Yeah.
USA. And even then, I'm not as much as other people. Like
Yeah.
I really couldn't care less. I mean, I think it's cool, like some of the achievements that I think it's cool that we kick such hard ass at like women's gymnastics. I think it's awesome. Like you and I have talked about this a lot. Like with video game characters in particular, we want the protagonist to to absolutely destroy.
Right. And then you're
And
watching
so
it to see like, okay, how much are we gonna destroy?
how much carnage is happening right now?
Yeah.
How much of a waste of time is it for literally the rest of the world to compete against Simone Biles? How that's what I
Oh, is
want
she
her to.
competing this Olympics?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want her to I want her to decimate people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I want it to be so bad that the other countries just don't show up. Like there's, you know what I mean? Like that's how bad I want it to be.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Obviously that doesn't happen. They got to compete at a good, show of good sportsmanship and all that, even though they know they're going to get destroyed. All that being said, like all that to say, yeah, okay, USA, USA, USA.
Is she
But
is Simone Biles like the star of the US Olympics this year?
no. Um I mean she's one of for sure.
Because like I was trying to think of like in previous Olympics there was always like a Michael Phelps or an Usain Bolt or
I
you
think
know,
it's a little more if I'm now again, this is coming from somebody who's watched 15 minutes of the Olympics every year or so,
expert.
every 4 years. I'm an expert, obviously. Um I think it seems a little more is international worldly? I don't know. Like
Global?
it, there you go. That's the word. Thank you. It seems a little more global in that like it's kind of cool to like see other like people from other countries kind of kill, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like there's this swimmer from France. I mean he freaking just decimated in this event and it was like awesome to see it like again. It was awesome to see him destroy,
Well,
and then I
yeah,
watched
like I mentioned
the
Usain Bolt, like he's not
yeah.
American, but everyone wanted to see him beat everyone else.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing about the Olympics is that yeah, it's like obviously you want to root for the home team, but also it's just freaking wild to see pe superheroes,
Yeah, exactly.
superhumans do like freaking awesome shit. Like that's pretty like where else that's what the cool thing about the Olympics, even though I couldn't give much of a
A hoot.
crap about the
Couldn't give
Olympics.
a hoot.
Couldn't give a hoot or a holler about the Olympics, but it is still cool. Like I don't know anything about synchronized diving, but when I saw the like, you know, the team from China, it was like, holy shit, this is like the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. They literally don't make a splash when they hit the water. It's
Yeah,
like
synchronized diving is pretty sweet.
pretty fucking cool.
It'd
Yeah.
be cool
But
if you and I
the funny thing they do is they go Ready? Yep. One, two, three. And then they do their thing. Now I'm imagining you and me up there. We just like
Uh,
up there, ready? And then camera pans to you.
yeah.
E.
Yeah.
One, two, three.
If
Clap our thighs and
yeah, it would be way better if we are just incredible at it actually.
oh yeah. It would be fun. That would be amazing.
That would be funnier comedically. We're just
Oh yeah. And then in between
prodigies.
each dive, I'm just like crushing one of these. Just
Underwater, it was a can at the you swim to the bottom and
just fucking floating straight up. And they're gonna get disqualified for this dive again because there's no drinking in the pool.
well,
Crush the beer
there's the
can on my
funny
head.
one where it's the Philip. There's I think they're Filipino divers. Have you seen that meme?
No.
It's popping up all the time now on my Instagram. It's these Filipino divers and they're just doing full backflops into the water.
Nice.
It's weird because they're doing like flips, but it's like
Uh-huh.
but but it's the biggest splash when they get into the water. Uh
And they're actually competing, or are they
they're
like, is it like a
competing. It's
wow?
either in the Olympics or Olympic trials or something. And it
But
was
they
just
suck
like,
at it.
yeah, well, yeah, it was the meme is just like whenever you just wanted to get a free trip out of going to the Olympics or something.
Hell yeah.
uh 0 out of 10.
They got zeros. Hell yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome. Back to the CC's pizza though.
Oh yeah.
They had another dessert pizza there with the chocolate sauce on top. Do you
Yeah.
remember that
Yeah, I
one?
remember that one. It had like some crumbles on it too, I think. There was like
No, it was chocolate sauce and powdered sugar on top.
okay, okay. What it was.
Dude.
They had a custard one too, like
Yep.
you know what I'm talking? It's like the bread,
It was
super,
like it was like a cobbler kind of situation.
yeah. It's some sort of
Yeah.
like custard cream on top.
Dude, how and I mean I think about this a lot about my childhood, how I'm not 300 pounds. Number 1. How I didn't get anybody pregnant. Number 2. How I didn't blow a limb off in a firework accident.
Uh-huh.
How I didn't like drown in the lake from swimming unsupervised. How I didn't have to ever have my stomach pumped from drinking alcohol unsupervised. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there was just like and I say that because my friends were doing
Because you
a
know
lot of
someone
that
who
stuff.
did all of those things, or someone, yeah.
That, yeah, because I not because my, whatever, but it was because I was hanging around and there was tons of people to be around my age that were just wilder animals than me.
Yeah.
Like, and somehow you just you it's like I can an image is coming to my head right now if it were like a herd of wildebeest running through this like swamp of like reeds, and they're
Uh-huh.
like taller than the wildebeest.
Yeah.
And in the reeds is just hundreds of alligators,
Right.
50-foot long, 100-foot long alligators, right? And they're just getting you just all you just hear the screams.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Chomps.
And then yeah, and then on the other side is just one wildebeest
Gets
pops
through.
out. That's me.
That's what you feel like you went through.
Now, obviously, there were other friends of mine that are doing great, right?
Uh-huh.
But if I'm the star of my own movie, which I am,
Gotcha.
that's what happened.
Uh-huh.
I'm the only one that made it. No, it's wild. It's wild, especially when like you live in food deserts, like where I grew up, where it's like, oh, you want to go eat out? Let's go to Pizza Hut, you know?
Right. Yeah. The
How
restaurants.
did I not weigh 300 pounds?
And if I look back at my plates at Cece's, the
Plates.
yeah.
Good. That's a detail some people might miss.
and it's
Plates.
and it's like, hey, you better eat all that pizza, or else you're not gonna get any dessert.
Yeah.
And the
You
pasta.
better eat that crust. Oh, there was pasta there. Oh my God.
There was
That's right. You would
salad
get
too.
a pasta plate and a pizza
Yeah,
plate.
you get a pasta plate and a pizza plate.
And then you would get a dessert plate.
Yeah.
Probably two. But the dessert plates were smaller. I don't know why. Do you remember that?
Well,
Dessert plates were smaller.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the little pasta bowls were a little bit small, but you could refill them.
Why did they bother
Who
making the
were they?
dessert plates
Who
smaller?
were they
Yeah.
kidding?
Ooh, I'm being good. I got it all on the small plate stacked to the fucking roof, dude.
Just the
Awesome.
idea of like earning your dessert by eating the pizza. It's just carbs on carbs on carbs.
On dairy, on dairy, on dairy. Yeah.
And you would regret it. Just
Uh,
pure regret. You would
not
have to
when I
take
was
a
a kid, no.
you'd have to take a nap afterwards.
Not
No,
when
we
I
did
was
a
a
couple
kid.
times at university though.
True. In school, we definitely did. I remember challenging William once, or Will, I think he went by, and he kicked my ass. Holy
Oh
shit.
yeah, he was a cyclist.
Yeah, he was a cyclist.
Yeah, he
And
could put it down.
yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good appetite, you know?
It was a
But man,
different.
he dusted me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And he was very confident. He was so cocky. That's what I hated. And I'm not really competitive, but the thing that got me was that I just didn't like him. You know what I mean? I
Because you
didn't like I didn't like the guy.
and then you lost to him.
That was fine. I didn't really care because I thought he was a uh what how do you say dickhead.
He wasn't that bad.
I just there was a reason he didn't always hang out with us. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah. So the problem was him, not me, obviously.
Obviously.
But yeah, he got under my skin. He was like, I'm gonna beat you. I'm like, there's no fucking way. He's like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and he's like, whatever. It was fine. Obviously, it
Listen
was
to
still fun.
someone who knows the outcome from the beginning.
It's like
It's like
it's like
Galen.
that's why you shouldn't pick fights with somebody, especially someone that doesn't want to fight you. If someone doesn't want to fight you,
Yeah.
if they're like, no, dude, like you probably should listen to that person.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You sent me a
Let's
video. Yeah, go ahead.
let's go to the last one here, and then we'll go back to the middle one.
Okay. Speaking of sporting events and patriotism, I put this down after the big who was it? The country music star who just totally tanked.
At the MLB All Star Game.
Yeah, I think that was it. It's like
I
Alyssa or something, or
I don't know her name.
I don't
Hold
know
on.
if she's famous, but she is now.
Yeah. Um, MLB, not mob. Hold on. MLB. Uh, I can't look it up. What
It's
is it
okay.
called? Star Spangled. Go
Stars.
ahead. Continue.
Oh, yeah. I was just going through it, thinking of like what are the some of the best and worst Star Spangled Banner. There's one really. Whoops, my microphone went out. Dang it! Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm, um, just tell me her name. Yes. Andrace? Ingrid Andrace? Let's see what Reddit says about it. While Colt fixes his microphone.
All right. You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, my microphone went out. Uh, I went to I went to school with one of the famous Star Spangled Banner
No
failures.
way.
Yeah, I didn't realize it till after I graduated, but I had hung out with the person. And then I remember looking back as like, oh yeah, I remember he was like pretty depressed that one night, and then no one would tell me why. And then I saw a video of it later. I was like, is that him? Is that what happened? Like, oh,
What's his name?
I'm not gonna say his name.
Type it in the chat.
You've seen it though. You've for sure seen it. Here, I'll send it to you on Kakao.
Dude, have you seen that video of that guy? He's like in an event like a evangelical whatever Christian church. I don't know why this made me think of that, but all right, I'm gonna look this up later. But it's the guy
You've seen it
that's
already, I'm
like,
pretty sure.
yeah. It's the guy that's like, I ain't gay no more. I don't like, or it's like, I don't like men's no more.
Yeah.
I am delivered. Oh my God. I don't know what made me think of
why,
that, but
why did why did it make you think of that?
I don't know. So, that's so wild though, that video.
Oh, because do you know that guy?
No, no, I don't know that guy.
I think he had a few too many Heineken zeros there, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think I can finish this Heineken 0.0. I can't believe it's 21 and older. That seems
It's like
silly.
making rum those rum chocolates. Are those 21 and over?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think you can eat those and drive as well.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Interesting.
so was that your whole story? Do you have anything else
Oh no.
on this
So
Ingrid whatever?
that's her name. Okay.
Yeah.
No, like I was playing it for Allie and
Oh God.
she was just blown away by how bad it was. And then I was saying, you know what the best one is? Is NASCAR event. The great Scott Stapp singing Star Spangled
Oh.
Banner. But she
Oh, say, can you see?
yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah.
The comment was like, I forget that like Scott Stapp is doing the perfect Scott Stapp impression.
Yeah, he is. Dude, I've talked about this. I brought this up like a couple times in conversation where, and it reminds me of the Batman quote, you die the hero or live long
Yeah.
enough to become the villain. And it's like these people at a certain point, they play this character for so long that they can't not do it anymore.
Mm,
Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Billy Idol, Guy Fieri, like all these people, like they can't. They are somebody else now. You know,
right.
they
Totally
can't
took
not
over their
be this.
persona.
Yeah, they can't. Steven Seagal, even though he's just always been Steven Seagal, like he can't even reinvent himself if he wanted to. You
Though
know.
there was a creepy video of him talking about his upbringing, and he's
Oh
like,
yeah,
"My mom, a Japanese woman, my mom, an Irish immigrant, my mom,
yeah.
like I was raised by an
My
Irish."
mom,
It's like,
my mother, born in a wicker basket in Russia,
yeah,
but somehow she's all 100% Comanche Indian.
right.
You
She's
know, like
Comanche.
what?
She's Comanche Indian. She's Native American. She's half
Yeah,
Japanese. She's like, I'm more
yeah.
Asian than I am white. Like,
You can see it. Yeah,
it's kind of true.
you
He's
can
made
really see
himself
it.
look very ambiguous.
It's true. That's very true. Yeah. Did I talk about Long Legs last time? It's been a
Long
couple
legs,
weeks. The
long legs.
movie,
No. You just told me about it. Yeah,
the Nick Cage movie.
yeah. You told me about it in the polos.
I went and watched it. Two. I want to say 2 weeks. Was it last week? Maybe it was last week I went and saw it.
I think so.
Yeah. Man.
Still thinking about it, huh?
Uh well, I don't know. I think I just thought of it because Steven Seagal scares me a little bit, but yeah, Nick Cage and Longlegs was it was good. I mean, he's been in another horror movie that you and I talked about on the
He was
show,
Dracula.
Mandy
He was really great in Renfield.
Renfield, but then also Mandy. Remember
Oh yeah. That was
we
a
watched that movie for
trippy
the show
movie.
too.
Yeah.
super trippy. And this was more like a serious horror movie. Long Legs was like, and I think the horror, and we talked about this horror genre is having a like it's having its moment. I think, or having a moment right
For
now
sure.
because like they're very like they're making such good horror movies now. You know, not
Mm,
just like sci-fi horror, you know, or whatever, but like scary horror movies, you know, thrilling, violent horror movies where in the past I think some of them it was like they were violent, yeah, but it was just like they were kind of violent for violence sake, you know. It didn't like I think a horror like some horror movies should have an element of violence to them, and I think we had a era of just like they were just violent because for no fucking reason it seemed
The
like.
Saw era, you mean?
Yeah, Saw and what was the other one? Hostel, you know, like
Yeah.
it was just like shock porn, you know what I mean? It was just like holy shit, you know. And this definitely had Longlegs definitely had moments like that, but they picked them so well. You know what I mean? It's like what I think about like Midsummer and Hereditary and Beau is Afraid, like those A24. I can't remember the name of the director, but he's the director of all those. It's like those are like really great horror films that like pick the moments to have like extreme violence in it, and it's like it adds to the story, you know, like it's just like it's just good. It's like a recipe. It's just like the perfect little, you know, terrifying spice to like
Yeah, yeah.
this recipe. I don't know. It's yeah,
I like the I still go back to this. I think the first Paranormal Activity was so great.
yeah. It was good. I remember watching that in theaters, thinking like being actually like getting jump scared.
The jump scares got me almost every time, and then
Yeah.
there was some just like really creepy stuff that a lot of the creepy stuff in that movie happens off screen even. It's just the
Hmm.
sounds of it, and it was like, yeah, it creeped me out. It was really
Yeah.
creepy.
Dude, one of my favorite things in horror in horror films is like just like when if you're having a moment like this and then you just see a fucking face.
Windows, yeah, faces and windows
Dude.
creep me out.
And then it's just but it then it's there and then it's gone. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like or like the characters walking down. I'm like getting teary-eyed thinking about it right now because it's firing me up. But it's like
Uh,
you're walking down a hallway and then like you know there's a door or whatever and there's barely a sliver of light, but you just see just
oh
just the
shit.
silhouette or it walks by a mirror and you in the reflection you see you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah. Did you
I fucking love that.
did you ever creep yourself out like waking up at night to go to the bathroom?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As a kid, absolutely.
Like my room was like if you got out if I left my bedroom, directly to the right was the bathroom, but then if I had turned left it was the hallway that just
Right.
leads to the living room. So I would go outside when I was a kid, go pee in the bathroom, and I would just quickly turn to the right, go in, shut the door, go pee, and then as I was getting ready to get out, I would like freak myself out. I was like, what if? It was always like, what if there was just a guy at the end of the hallway staring at me, and then I would just like, okay, don't look, don't look, don't look. And then I'd open the door. I would immediately look and then and just
Yeah.
run to my room, jump in my bed. It's like, why did I?
Yeah.
It's like I was getting mad at myself. Why did I even think of that?
Yeah.
There must be some like
Yes.
evolutionary thing that makes us like one like we have to go into we have to put our brains into those scenarios, like put
Yeah.
ourselves into those situations. It's like what if this happens? Oh my god.
Yeah. Now the horrors of reality are they
You doing Shane
that's really
Gillis
all
right
you
now?
need.
You're doing his double.
That's all you need, you know?
Yeah.
Now the horrors of being an adult is
It's no.
the, s- the scariest movie you can possibly be in.
That's true. That's why you grow out of being scared
I
as a
guess
kid.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess okay. Last one. Nudist colonies.
Okay, yeah, this popped into my head.
Oh, okay.
So like today, I have a plan. Allie's watching the cafe. It's a little bit slow these days because of vacation, so I'm staying home and doing this, and I gotta clean the house today.
You better.
One of my cleaning, like part of my cleaning routine is I strip completely naked.
Do you not kick stream this?
I'd get banned for that. But
Would you really?
yeah, you can't have nudity on streaming
Uh,
platforms.
dude,
And
you should just have an OnlyFans account. Don't talk on it.
just
Just
do
clean just clean your apartment in the full nude.
in the full nude. I feel
Don't
like
talk to it.
yeah.
Just have one camera in the corner where you can see most of your apartment.
Uh-huh.
And then you're just like, you're vacuuming, you're
I'm
doing the
listening to
dishes,
podcasts. Yeah.
you're maybe singing along to humming along a couple
Uh,
words. Then you're like mopping the floors.
wringing out the mop head.
Maybe you're on your hands and knees doing the baseboards. Maybe you know, you're
Unplunging the toilet. Why is every cleaning act a euphemism?
I'm just trying to think of I'm just trying to think of very unflattering positions you could be fully nude where it's like
Who's
you're
enjoying
like
this?
oh. It's like someone gets on and then that's like their thing, like a hairy like 30-year-old guy
Yeah, it's pretty hairy.
just in the nude clearing is like, oh fuck yeah. Just person gets all set up, gets all the accoutrement for the ready to just beat the fucking shit out of his penis. and then it's and then it starts off it starts off really seductive,
Yeah.
like you
Taking off the
said.
clothes.
Oh yeah. And you're like getting the broom out. Maybe you're like doing a couple spins, you're singing a nice song, and then and then yeah, you're like on the hands and knees. It's just like I don't know. You're just like, what the fuck? God damn, every time I fucking try and make a brunch, it's fucking pancake me. You
What
just
is
ruined
this?
the whole you just ruined the whole moment. And then the guy's just like, what the God damn it. Just absolutely kills the mood. Oh, that would be hilarious.
But anyway, while I was thinking,
All right, anyway.
while I was cleaning in the nude, I was thinking, it's maybe, like, maybe I kind of understand nudist colonies now.
Yeah,
I don't think I would feel comfortable doing it with, like, living in a colony with other naked people, though.
I would have literally zero problem.
Really?
I would have like I don't know that I would want to live amongst these weirdos, but like I could definitely go to a nude beach
Uh-huh.
and just
Be totally
easy,
balls out.
literally
Beach
balls
balls
out.
out.
Just the balls though.
How would that work?
It's
You
like
have
a
it.
convertible. It's like an upside down convertible.
You have
Yeah.
you have the bottom the bottom down.
They're like
Uh,
assless chaps for your genitals.
you'd have to wear like a kind of sweatband down there.
You literally wear a sweatband and just
Yeah, yeah, we should invent that kind of thing. You have to put it on with through your arms. You gotta pull it all the way down.
it's really thin too. It's like an eye patch just for your wiener.
Yeah, it's like an upside down speedo.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm just thinking, and you're not like, it's the most intricate like piece of lingerie, but you're completely unkempt. You're completely just completely hairy. Doesn't matter at all because you can barely see what's going on down there. Oh, that's great.
But then the balls are just free hanging,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
like
But just a mess of hair down there. You know?
like a Sesame Street character or something.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a forest fire waiting to happen. Oh
Like
man,
a
that's
coral
great.
reef down there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right. Is that all we got?
How long have we been going?
I don't know. Forever?
50 minute. We're 50 minutes in about.
Perfect.
All right.
That's perfect.
So go ahead,
Um,
check out some nudist colonies. Go to Cece's
yeah.
Pizza. Tell us about your experience.
Get real drunk off
Amazingly,
pizza.
we didn't get to all the topics today. Actually, crazy.
We didn't?
Yeah, there's one of yours we didn't get,
Oh,
but
screw
we can
that
do it
one.
next time.
Yeah. Shout out to my mom, her 60th birthday today.
Wow! Happy birthday.
I probably shouldn't have said her age. She probably wouldn't have. Nah, she didn't care. Um, yeah. Shout out to mom. Happy birthday, mom. I love you.
Love
But
you.